If you were presented with the evidence that some foreign rock stars set up a pornographic genocide to pad their wallets with infamous extermination tapes to sell to scoundrels, you would say, even in a place as sleazy, decadent, and amoral as Seattle, that's not possible. And you would ignore the evidence that that's exactly what they did. So ask ourselves, how did they get away with something this horrible? Well, this number, because they did it. They're poachers sitting on a timeline to go, woohoo, we won. Now, how did they do it? One thing is that they predicted a natural cancellation on discussion about what they did. People would say, no, we can't talk about that. That was one of the main plays. You would think even a place as sleazy, amoral, decadent, backwards, and evil as Seattle, Washington, they wouldn't go around exterminating one another. But think about it. We just went through another one of their bizarros with COVID. Think about it. Did they care? They just wanted to get their masks off. That somebody who might be weaker than them might get sick. No, they didn't care about anybody but themselves, and they barely cared about themselves. You could knock yourself. They would say, licky chops, the magic treat. Much fun to exterminate as it is to replay on the computer. They sit around enjoying that they're murdering people. And you can't get any politicians or educators or filmmakers or anybody else to say anything about it because they're all with lewd mentalities. Take, for example, that gang from Carnegie Mellon University. They set up a smear campaign so they could write my mother and complain about a one night stand. Some girl seduced me, put me up in a room, and they created a feedback loop through their Occupy here in Seattle, Washington. I could show you a letter I got today where they say that I am being questioned, where they deny that libelously, scurrilously, and forcibly keeping me out of school for 12 years. When I escaped, I made Phi Theta as a graduate. Was not a violation of my human rights. They said this on official parchment from the stinking Occupy. On official parchment from Olympia, they said that. You can't get any more berserk than this. And this guy from CMU had all these scams they were running. What they pulled with that one night stand was just one of their scams. That's all it was. Oh, violence, the melodrama. Oh, you hurt her feelings. They didn't care about my feelings at all. It was one of their scams. And so they feed back loop through their stinking Occupy. And they say, we'll get him for you. And they poison me in the mouth. And they give me Parkinson's. Let me tell you what the state of Washington lured me here with. This stinking state of Washington lured me here with. Get this, a promise for protection from abuse. Can you beat that for gall?